Well, today, well, I'm not sorry, not today, but yesterday, I will say yesterday was a good day. Finally passed the missions. Got my plates on there. Well, my temporary plates. My real plates come in a little bit, so that was the hardest battle right there, passing the missions. So once I got that taken care of, I have discovered a new problem. This car was leaking coolant, and I couldn't quite figure out why it was leaking, but then I finally figured out why. There's a hose that goes right there from the bottom of the radiator to the bottom of the radiator to the water pump, and I just took the hose off. Actually, I should have took a video with the hose actually on so you can see where it goes, but it goes from right there up in there somewhere. But anyway, what was going on is the hose. Let me show you the hose. Here's the hose here that I took out pretty much. This hose is old and worn out, and what happened is when I first started the car, everything would be cool, but after I run the car for a while, you know, jump on the freeway or something, it get hot, and then what happened is the whole hose would just close. Every time I rev the motor up, I guess the suction from sucking the coolant from the radiator to the water pump would close the hose up completely. I mean, it would just be flat like a pancake. The whole hose would just go flat. So what that was doing is when the hose was going flat, it was making the coolant reroute and come out this tank and shoot out the overfill tank. And it would go down here. It would shoot all in the wheel well. When the car was running, somehow it would hit the splash on the fan, hit the fan, and then throw it up everywhere on the engine bay. So that's why it's all dirty and crusty like this. So luckily it was an easy fix. I'm gonna do that on my own. I'm gonna get this hose. I'm actually gonna try to get a hose more like this, so I ain't gotta worry about the hose collapsing on me, and put one at the bottom. I did have a hose. Actually, I took the hose off of my parts car, and I was gonna use it, but I decided not to. Because if you come over here and look at the hoses that are on my parts car motor, they're all like the chrome, like the El Cheapo Chrome AutoZone Flex hose. And I've heard a lot of stories about, you know, the way these mount up with this little deal here. And yeah, I don't know. I could use this. This was on my other car, but you know, it's not really that type of party. You know, I'm not really trying to chrome the motor out. I'm not really trying to go custom. So yeah, I could use this. It's free. I already have it. It's here. But you know, I've never had hoses like this before. So you know, some people love them, some people hate them. I have heard good and bad things about them. I don't think this is the car I really want to test that theory out on, because you know, I just think it would look odd, because all the other hoses are regular stock style hoses, and I got a chrome hose at the bottom but not on the top. So I think I'm just gonna buy another hose, a regular black hose. I don't need no chrome fancy hose on there. It went with the other motor because the other motor had a bunch of other chrome stuff on it. So rather than just have that little bling bling hose. But right now, which is ironic, I went to the shop. I actually paid money for a flush and fill, but after I pulled that hose off and put a little catch thing down there to catch my antifreeze I just bought and paid for, doing the whole radiator flush and fill, and this is what came out. It's kind of shocking. It's actually a little depressing. I thought the guys at the shop were, you know, I mean, they're cool guys, but I don't know, I feel like I've been shamboozled. You know, you pay money for a flush and fill radiator, and this is what comes out. Now, I don't know what kind of coolant they use, but I don't think, you know, it's been a while since I changed coolant, so unless they changed the color to brown, you know, I always thought it was like almost like a neon green type of color, but you know, that's just me. So I basically been rinsing this bad boy out. You know, you can see the water coming out there. And I've got it pretty clean, but I noticed when I plug that hole at the bottom, I use a little regular Walmart bag to plug the hole up and just hold it down there. I noticed the water coming out is still a little bit brown. So I'm just going to rinse this out so I know for sure I've had a true radiator flush and fill, which I didn't, theoretically, I just learned a valuable lesson. I should have did the shit on my own in the first place, but you know, I was being lazy and it was already in the shop trying to get it to pass emissions. So I said, what the hell, I'll let them do it. But you know, from now on I think I'm going to do everything else on my own. I mean, I'm no mechanic by no means, and the only reason I even went to the shop because emissions is kind of all new to me, and I don't really know. You know, I'm a good enough mechanic to keep the car running, you know, and not be stranded. But as far as passing emissions, that's a whole different beast. See if I can get this on here. Block this hose off. There's still a little bit of brown coming out there. So I'm just going to do this a few more times until I don't see no more brown. And then I'm going to go up there to the auto zone and go get my hose. And that's the route I'm going. Alright. Alright, y'all, there she is. Brand new bottom radiator hose with brand new clamps. Next thing on the agenda will be the brakes. Well, it's a toss-up because the brakes and the suspension is giving me, the brakes are squeaking. They're starting to give me, I mean, there's a groove cut. I noticed when I took the wheels off, there was a groove cut in one of the rotors. And so it's definitely probably gonna need some new rotors, new pads. Gotta check the back. I'm having some problems with the back brakes. So complete brake job. I might even change the fluid, just do a complete system flush on the brake fluid and bleed everything out. And yada yada yada. I'm gonna try to do this on my own though. Suspension. Something's going on with the suspension. I know it needs bushings like crazy, so that's probably all it is. So I'm gonna get the car lifted up and check everything out. Alright, the majority of my problems I found out have been my back brakes. My back brakes are the one making all that noise. I don't know if you can see this, but there's black dust. That's just from just now. Me turning the brakes. I can hear them rubbing. And there's a lot of black dust coming out this driver's side. You can see it down there by the jack. But I'm definitely gonna check. Definitely need the back brakes for sure. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I got to get it open first. But that's the main project for the day. And actually, as far as the front brakes go, the driver's side, actually the pads don't look too bad. The brake pads look pretty good on the front. It's the rotors that are questionable. This one is so-so, but this other one on the other side, on the passenger side,